Hi Virgo, welcome to your June 2021 monthly messages from Spirit reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. My intentions for this reading, Virgo, is to provide messages from Spirit for you for the month of June. And what I do in this reading is welcome beings of the light to come forward for you, my ancestral team, my higher self, as well as opening the portal and opening an invite for you to let your ancestral team, your spirit team, your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and your highest self, even past down loved ones you have in mind, to come forward to help me channel and provide messages for you for the month of June. Anything you need to be aware of, anything you need to celebrate, look for, and maybe even watch out for some of you. If you have anyone in mind that is a being of the light that you'd like to come forward, do so now. This is a general reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Virgo. And if this message is not for you, I suggest checking out your other signs in different placements. So let's begin the reading. What I'm going to do with this deck is ask for a being of light to come forward for you, Ascended Masters, to see what they want to communicate to you for the month of June. But honestly, whenever you find this message, it is meant for you. So let's go ahead and tap in and see. All right, so Virgo, if you don't know this being of light, then I suggest looking them up because they're coming through for you. If you do, give them a shout out and a hint of gratitude for them showing up in your reading. Let's see who's coming through and what message they have for you. What does Virgo need to know for the month of June? Mary Magdalene with the Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Wow, Virgo, clearly you're a healer. Clearly you're an empath. Clearly you are wise beyond your years, and you have a lot to show in this world. You have a lot to teach this world. And what I get though with it being Mary Magdalene, for a lot of your life, you felt like you didn't really fit in with the normal groups of society. You felt a bit like either the black sheep, or you always stuck out, or you didn't see things the way that others, tried to make you see them, but you knew it wasn't your truth. In some way, you just felt like you're different, and you're right. You're different in a very profound, special way, and you were sent to this world to help enlighten, to help raise the frequency, to help show the world what it is in need of in a very authentic, very real way, Virgo. You are authentically you, and although you may have been shunned for it, although you may have been ostracized for it, made fun of for it, whatever the case is, you were meant for this purpose, for this reason of showing others that there's another way, showing others the power of enlightenment, of awakening. And then Mahavatar Babaji, soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. So even if you felt different, you still know that we all come from the same source. And it's only people that separate us, And Virgo, despite the experience you've had in life of just being different, feeling different, I think you're finally in June, or coming to the realization up until this point, that your individuality is a gift. You do have a gift spiritually, but I also feel like you've been on this earth many, many, many lifetimes. You could have been a starseed with this soul expansion, I feel this, but you've come to earth in its plane many, many thousands of years ago. And Virgo, there's something happening in June that is teaching you a profound lesson about yourself and what you are meant to do in this lifetime. Recently, there's a call that you've been hearing, a call to move forward with a certain plan, a call to move forward in a certain career, a call to move forward in a certain aspect of your life. And it's for the development of humanity. It's for the development of the collective. You have a lot to show in this world. You have a lot to do in this world. And you do have a profound mission here that is meant to change the world. And if it's not so profound and extreme as that, you're definitely someone who holds the light codes to even expand the consciousness of those around you. Just your presence, Virgo, is very enlightening and healing. And then once you open your mouth to speak, people's minds are blown at what you have to say, the insight that you provide. And it's nothing they really ever thought of before. But don't let anything or anyone stop you. Anything from within yourself, doubts, fears, beliefs of yourselves, or outside of yourself, people saying, oh, you're not going to make any money from that. Oh, you're never going to go anywhere with that. It's too hard to succeed. It's too competitive out there. Like, some of you are doing something that is very competitive in nature, but you are meant to succeed in it. Okay? That's coming through very clear too. But you are a unique being, a unique individual with a unique path that most cannot relate to. So don't take their opinions about it with such value, because they truly don't even understand where you're coming from, Virgo, where your mindset is at and where it is you want to go. But that shouldn't impose any limits on you. And by finally, realizing whose opinions are valuable and whose aren't, it's expanding your awareness, it's expanding your consciousness of what you can do and what you can create. Wow. So let's keep going. There's a lesson here, Virgo, that's going to be taught to you in June about yourself. And once you learn that lesson, you're never going to be the same. And it's only going to grow from there. It's going to empower you. It's going to enlighten you. Maybe you're going through this lesson right now and you're trying to find answers as to why you're going through it. It's to recognize your unique path, your unique calling, and to not second guess it. It really is that profound, Virgo. Let's keep going. The rose may have some sort of significance to you, resonance to you. What does Virgo need to know about June? Empathy, yep. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. You are an empath. So Virgo, maybe that's what you're newly understanding. If you've known you've been an empath for a long time, then great. But for those of you that sometimes out of the blue, you just swift emotions, swift mood, or change moods, and it came out of nowhere. It's because you need to identify you're picking up on someone's energy, someone's emotions that are not yours. But you need to do the proper protection, the proper healing in order for those moods and those emotions to not affect you. But man, you are someone that feels wholeheartly. And I feel for some of my Virgos, you were always drawn to the outcasts. You were always drawn to the people who, rebellious type of people, or you were that rebel from beginning. You weren't going to listen to anyone that had anything to say that you felt wasn't right within you. And that's a powerful energy that came from a past life experience where you really had to fight for yourself, fight for your beliefs. But with this empathy card, Virgo, I think instead of fighting, maybe you fought your whole life. You felt like you had to fight your whole life. You're teaching. You're bringing a new awareness into someone's reality or those around you. Or even bringing a new awareness within you that I understand people have their own experiences and they need to understand I have my own experiences. And I empathize with people's, maybe, for someone out there, I feel almost as if it's this energy of overprotection maybe an overprotective parent, or like a, you know, someone, maybe it's a romantic partner that just wants the best for you, but they don't realize that when they try to trap you, when they try to bind you, what they're really doing to your soul. Maybe some of you are just feeling trapped in some way. And the lesson you're going through in June is you don't have to be trapped. You don't have to feel like there's no way out. You don't have to feel like there's no other choice. Now, this doesn't mean, you know, to hell with responsibilities and duties, but it means that you can move about in life feeling that you are free and choosing love above fear. And if someone, again, just doesn't understand that, you can try to teach them the power of letting go of their own beliefs, because let's face it, people who try to control others or who try to tell others what to do, they do that to themselves. They bind themselves. But I feel, Virgo, your presence in people's lives is showing them how we're all free individual thinkers and how we can use that for the empowerment of ourselves, which eventually empowers others. But Leo, here we go with the names. Virgo, you could have Leo in your chart strongly, but I feel you're a leader. You're a leader, and people are turning their heads to you, Virgo, to look to as inspiration. Because I feel, again, like a lot of you guys have had perseverance in life. And the beautiful thing about it is that even if you felt like you had to fight, you didn't lower your vibration to anything lower than who you were or had to change yourself. And if some of you did, if some of you felt like you weren't living your authentic life up until this point, you're reconnecting with your true self. You're reconnecting with your authentic self, and you're letting that free. You're letting that go. And then purpose. Wow, I know what I am here to do. Virgo, whatever this is in June that you're feeling called to do, you're feeling called to explore, you're feeling called to jump into, it is part of your divine purpose. It is a part of your call. Some of you just needed to hear that green light and hear that confirmation, and it's absolutely true. And what your purpose is affects others. Again, not in a negative way, but in a way that uplifts them, inspires them. And people are going to look at you, Virgo, as being that inspiration, holding that light. It's amazing. It's the amazing energy I'm feeling here. Something very profound and purposeful is entering your life, Virgo. And you're going to intuitively feel the draw to it. And you're going to intuitively know that is what I need to do. This is what I need to be doing without question or doubt. And it's really inspiring others, or you're inspiring others. Heads will turn in your direction in awe and in amazement from what you choose to do now in June, moving forward. For the rest of 2021, perhaps you're working for something profound that's all going to unfold in a very rare way, a rare success that a lot of people don't achieve in this lifetime, but you are able to, because you know your authentic truth and you don't compromise it for anything. In June, you're making it loud and clear while having empathy and understanding for others, but not taking it upon you if it doesn't belong to you. Wow, let's keep going. What does Virgo need to know? Also, Virgo, really quickly, just here, understanding when it is your duty and responsibility to teach and help others and when it isn't. And using that discernment. I kind of touched up on it in Leo's reading because it was very family involved, but I think here, Virgo, people criticize what they don't understand, and sometimes I feel like you took that on, that judgment, and it doesn't belong to you. And if someone doesn't want to hear you out, if someone doesn't want to listen, That's not a responsibility of yours. That's their inability to be open-minded to receive. And I feel just some of you have tried so hard to make yourself heard to ears that are undeserving or just are unwilling to open up to another truth and another perspective. And that has nothing to do with your value. Someone needs to hear that as well. Let's get back to the cards. What does Virgo need to know for June? Discernment. Yep. What was I just talking about? The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. And this is the hardest, I feel, life lesson that we have as human beings, is the art of balance and discernment. So again, Virgo, in June, you're really discerning what is in your power, what is in your place, and what you can do and what you can fix and what you simply can't, but not letting that intrude on your self-knowledge, your self-worth, and what you know you're meant to do, despite what someone else may have to say about it. And again, for some of you, I feel this like envious energy around you. And if some people are just discouraging you, it's because they can't see it for themselves. So how can they really believe in you, right? But again, that's the discernment you need to use of, is that really valuable to me? And if it's not, I choose to let it go with compassion and empathy, knowing that they just can't see a higher perspective in it all. But Virgo, you, again, are meant to affect the collective, affect the world in some way, big or small. A big group of people, small group of people. You are meant to serve. You are meant to be a beacon of light and inspiration through your experiences, through what you've learned, through what you've gone through, and sharing that. I mean, I'm seeing writing, I'm seeing blogging, I'm seeing like a YouTube channel. You're definitely born healers. You're definitely born to inspire people, and you will start to turn those heads in June by your decision to act on it. So if there's a green light you're waiting for, this is the green light, Virgo. Bottom of the deck, Merkaba, powerful. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. So many confirmations are going on here in your reading, Virgo. Yes, you are a light being, you are a star seed, you're a light worker, you're an angel seed, you're something that wasn't inherently born on this earth, but you came to earth to uplift it in some big or small way. You are the bridge between heaven and earth, Virgo. And the messages you receive from the outer worlds, from your spirit team, from the universe, from God, goddesses, you are meant to ground it in this earth and hold those light codes. And you're starting, for some of you, to access your Akashic records and start to learn how to read the Akashic records. Or if you're not doing that now, I suggest looking into it, because you have that ability to have that ancient knowledge, and it is meant to be shared with the world in your own specific way. You have a divine purpose, Virgo. Amazing. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards. What does Virgo need to know for the month of June? I feel like there's going to be new opportunities coming your way. People are going to want to work with you. People want to promote you. But use your discernment as well as who's really on your team and who just wants to come for the ride. Two of Cups, Cancer energy coming through here. So yeah, one-on-one, you're very healing. Conversations you have with people after you guys leave, their presence, their energy, you stick with them. The things you say are heartfelt. And I feel even someone recently has fallen in love with you, Virgo, and they're going to confess that to you. very soon in the month of June for some of you. But you're a healer. There's no other way to say it. And there may even for some of you be a mentor in your life in June that's coming, or you've been working with this mentor in June. They're about to reveal something so profound to you that their purpose will be served, and now you can move forward with your own lessons and your own teachings. But man, you change people. You really do, in a very positive way, in a very healing way. 8 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. You're going to be working in June. So I don't know, some of you may want to start your own businesses in healing and light work. Start it, yeah, and keep at it. Devote yourself to it. But this is grounding those energies of what you can do with your own 2 hands and making it work and building that foundation so you can have the 10 of Pentacles in your life. And also, Virgo, with this being under empathy, give yourself the break you need. You know, your life path and your purpose is going to be for the rest of your life. And if you feel like you're being overworked or you're giving too much of yourself to others, give yourself that time to regain, to recuperate, to go into hermit mode, and to reflect and to contemplate what it is you need. For some of you, it's like you give so much of yourselves all the time and you take on too much of others that is not your responsibility or duty. So use your discernment to recognize that as well, Virgo. And also, with the 8 of Pentacles, realize when it is your work and when it is someone else's work to do. Whether this is in your career, your specific corporation where you feel like they're piling up work on you, delegate that work. And if it is something you want to do, then go do it. You will be successful at it. But don't take on too much, okay? Let's get one more card. But the work you are doing in June will pay off. Know that as well. Whatever you're working towards, whatever you're putting your energy, your time, and effort towards, it will be recognized, it will be known, it may even be rewarded. Three of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Yep, like I said, it will be recognized. People are going to want to work with you. People see your value. People see your growth. People see your skills, your talents, and they're going to want to invest. So I feel a career level up for a lot of you. I feel where you're going to have the opportunity to take center stage, to show people your plans, your ideas, your projects, and people are going to be inspired by it. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords, the Libra energy. So yeah, Virgo, up until this point, you've been silently planning, or you've been reflecting. You have been identifying what it is you want to accomplish, what it is that is a part of your life purpose, your life plan, your life goals. And you've been planting the seeds up to June where they're really going to start sprouting. You know, and I feel around Virgo season, your season is where you're going to get the harvest for all of this. But it's through what you do now, what you see sprouting now, what you tend to nurture to now is going to be the full harvest for you come Virgo season. I feel that very strongly. But also, again, under discernment with this Three of Pentacles, like I said, Virgo, some people are just there for the ride. You know, and what I mean by that is that they're there for you when you're doing well, but the second, you know, you have a little slump, then you don't see them around your team anymore. Or it's like, I feel for some of you, people depend on you financially, whether it's because you have children, which is obvious, but it's beyond that. It's where they take too much of your money, or, you know, they rely on you too much. Recognize when someone's helping you and supporting you build, and when they're just there for the reward of it, okay, Virgo? But again, you're going to be turning heads. People are going to notice you. People are going to want to work with you. They want to listen to you. Where you may have felt like you were never honored before, it's going to be a complete 180 in June. What uniqueness you have is a gift. That is what your lesson and your true acknowledgement lies in the month of June. Powerful. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to get one more card from this oracle deck, which is one of my favorite oracle decks of all time, the Crystal Mandala Oracle by Alana Fairchild. We're going to see what crystal energy is coming through for you in June, what being of the light God, Goddess, Archangel, Ascended Master is coming for you to finally wrap this up and let you know anything about June. Queen Persephone and Ruby, the inner queen. So this is divine feminine energy, does not have to do with gender or sex, but there's a regality that you are giving off, Virgo, and people are honoring it and respecting it fully. And ruby is a stone that you should work with. I know it's expensive, but just invite its energy in, even if you don't own a ruby. But let's go ahead and see what this powerful card has to say with Crystal Goddess 888. So that may be 888, may be a synchronicity you're seeing. You could be born September 8th, September 18th, perhaps August 28th. So let's see. We bring you the empowerment of the inner queen. The inner queen exercises authority through divine feminine wisdom. Her empowerment is active within men and women that consciously seek to honor feeling, instinct, and intuition, and choose to live their lives according to a moral code of compassion. When the inner queen stirs within, judgment is replaced with empathy for your own suffering and that of others. You can understand that human beings who cannot resolve their suffering will unconsciously act out of their pain in the world. They are unconsciously expressing their inner story with their outer actions, the story of their inner pain. The healing power of the inner queen brings inner pain to consciousness, where it can finally be released and the soul freed. This can happen because of her compassion. She does not approach life with a fearful or judging nature, so she can move freely through all realms, witness great pain and darkness, and remain centered in her heart, shining a gentle light of intention for the liberation from suffering for all beings. She reminds us that our innate divine dignity and the healing power of our compassion. The oracle of the inner queen comes to you as a reminder that your compassion for yourself and for others is your source of power. It gives you the ability to be moved by another's plight without taking on their suffering as your own, which would drain you and prevent you from being able to hold the gentle light of awareness for the person who needs it to heal. Her presence empowers you to care for the world without becoming distraught and fatigued. Compassion leaves you energized and motivated to work towards your sacred purpose in life of caring for the world in your own unique and creative way. Your compassion for the world will affirm your dignity and empower you to stay true to your own reality while respecting the experiences of others. If you've been judging yourself or another, then it is likely you have become enmeshed in their pain, tired, and perhaps even angry or afraid. If you're feeling used, abused, exploited, or taken advantage of in any way, then the inner queen rises up to remind you that you are royal. You are guided to seek out your inner divine dignity, summon your compassion for yourself and all others involved in the relevant situation, and give yourself permission to disengage from the drama, to step back and take care of your own needs first. Then you can respond, rather than react, to what is happening within you and around you. The inner queen within will help you gather your energy back to your heart center so you can shine your compassion as you acknowledge that everyone is doing their best and everyone has the divine right and power to choose how they respond to the mysteries of life. Virgo, you have this regality. Maybe even in a past life, you were a royal. You did have a position of power where you ruled over people. And now in this lifetime, although you may not be a king or a queen, you have that same presence. You have that same power that others look to you for. But it's in your power to act out of love, to act with your gift of empathy and compassion, to serve, and to not just serve others, but serve yourself. And anything that goes outside of your integrity, out of your intentions, know you can cut that without feeling the need to make up for it if someone is disappointed by it. But Virgo, you're coming back into your power of who you are, what you were born to do in this earth, and how powerful that really is, and standing and feeling in that power that no one can take from you. But you can choose to enhance it and grow it And with that decision that I feel a lot of you will make in June, to stand in your power, own your power, to teach others how to be powerful, to be that hope and guide of inspiration, the people's choice, essentially, Virgo, you will be ready to then move forward in doing your divine purpose, your life purpose, which I feel a lot of you is either healing, being in service to others for humanity, being that bridge of heaven and earth, but ultimately inspiring. You are very inspiring. And you will continue to turn heads, or start to turn heads, that will just continue to look upon you throughout, honestly, I was going to say 2021, but really the rest of your life. Beautiful reading, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope that this has resonated with you in some way. If it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. May this message bring you clarity, healing, insight, and guidance for your month in June. I love you, Virgo, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Virgo.